Ah, the swamplands of Reddit. I know them well. Hey everybody, welcome to the 5th and final episode of the Resurgence of Hope build journal. Now, last episode we left off with running the piping up to the top of the hill where the EM hotspot was. Now, I place a frontage on the ground directly in front of the piping, snap another on top and center a wire to glitch a floor onto. After the floor is glitched in, I glitched on a cylindrical room frame to see how the merge is with the piping. The merge looks good, and it seems like the last 3 cylinders are going to be the ones to obstruct my work. So I removed them to give me more room to work with, and use a decal to remind me just how many I've got to add back on. Then I snap 2 more frontages onto the floor, and center a wire off each one. Now I glitch a biodome onto the top wire and adjacency glitch planners into every other spot all the way around. After I get all the planners in, I glitch light panels onto the interconnector of each planner, then I delete the dome and repeat on the 2 lower wires. Now I've got all these lovely light panels to glitch EM generators onto, only they're in the wrong orientation. To fix this, I snap panels to the outside of each one and then delete the inner panels. Then I adjacency from a light panel to a light box at every other spot, making sure the green stated light panel has the same orientation seen here. Then I can snap 4 light panels on the other 4 spots and then use adjacency to go from light boxes back to the light panel, only this time with the right orientation. The rest of the tower came together pretty easily, glitched EM generators onto each light panel and cylindrical room frames onto each center wire. Then I snapped a round room onto the top cylindrical room frame, windows all around it, and light panels on the center of each window. The livestock units on the very top are simply glitched around an upside down battery. Now it was time to build the launch bunker. From the start, my plan was to have this made out of frozen planners from the foliage menu. However, to get them glitched in and oriented properly took a bit of scaffolding gymnastics. I decided on a room 3 walls wide, 4 walls deep, and 2 walls high. I set the walls as a guide, then centered 3 wires for floor panels at the front. I then glitched a light box onto each point, dropped it down 1, and extended it 4 boxes away from the back. I centered a glitch point on the 4th box. This point will be right at the edge of the panel, but I'll get back to that here soon. Then I put light boxes back on the center points, dropped them down 1, and extended each one 21 boxes, centering a glitch point every 7th box for floor glitch points. Now I went around snapping floor panels along the outside of the walls. After glitching the middle floor tiles in so I could see how they would look in relationship to the walls, I start snapping light panels off the floor panels all along the inside. Watch the orientation as I'm snapping them in, very important. Once those are all in, I delete all the walls and replace them with short walls, and then snap floor panels onto all the short walls. Once all the floor panels are placed, it's time for more light panels. Once again, paying close attention to orientation. Now here we have all the light panels snapped in, but unfortunately we're still not able to glitch in frozen planners. Remember the scaffolding gymnastics I mentioned? To get all the planners oriented correctly, I now needed to glitch another light panel onto all the ones I had just placed. So much fun! Once this was done, I did some cleanup, and now I could finally start glitching in planners. Remember to save your game often, boys and girls. Just a little PSA from your friendly neighborhood Enra Silver. So after a couple disastrous accidents, I start glitching the frozen planners and then deleting the panel they had just been glitched onto. This required frequent saves, but was very easy to tell where my next glitch point was. It was always the lowest one. I was able to do this without causing any cascade deletion, and I was even able to delete a wire if I laid it on an already unused point. But if I got confused about my glitch point and laid a wire on an already used point, deleting the wire caused a mass cascade, which definitely falls in the very bad things category. Now the walls we're in, it's time to raise the roof! I flip a floor panel 90 degrees at the front and use frontage adjacency to position 3 panels across the front with their very top edge slightly above the walls. This allows me to green state and snap short walls all the way to the back. After repeating my scaffolding from earlier, I glitch planners in and voila, a roof. Now I decide to glitch in the floors. I decide to keep my same design from the landing pads because, well, I like how it looks. Once the floors have been glitched in, it's time to use those front glitch points I set to put in blast doors. This is done by glitching a power door and a window onto each point. Now you'll notice that the struts on the doors are facing outwards. This is because I pulled my wire from the center point to the edge. Aesthetically, they should be facing inward, which could have been done by the simple step of pulling the wire from the edge to the center if I'd realized it at the time. The second row is glitched onto the connectors of the first row, making sure to drop an SRT inside before I closed it off entirely. And here, my biggest mistake of the bunker becomes glaringly obvious. It's too narrow and the blast doors overlap the walls. Again, design fail. This could have been avoided by snapping the floors on the inside and the horizontal light panels on the outside, But once again, I failed to think the design all the way through. Once I replace the ground, it's time to decorate the inside. Well, that's going to do it for this build journal. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like the content, feel free to subscribe. I tend to drop content as regularly as I can, and I should have a new base build dropping here in a couple days, the Technology Overload Recovery Center. If you like BCEs, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. But thanks again for watching, and have a great day.